Okay guys, so I think I'm finally loaded up. We've got life jackets, sleeping bags, riding gear, swim trunks, got the ATV loaded up in the bed. I'm still amazed at how perfectly that ATV fits in this 5'7" box. It's almost like it was made for it. Got the enclosed trailer hooked up, got it loaded completely up. Solar panel kit to keep the battery charged down here for my electricity. Got a weather station just out of curiosity to see what the weather's like while we're out in the woods. Camp chairs, boots, the whole 9 yards. Of course, we got the Wildcat XX in there. This enclosed trailer is loaded to the gills. Coolers, got a mattress to sleep on, fan to keep cool at night, plenty of extra fuel. Completely loaded up. So got this little half-ton truck pretty much maxed out. Well, maybe not all the way maxed out with the towing capacity, but when you consider the payload and everything, I think we're pretty much tapping it out. I noticed that the rear started to sag just a hair, but it's going to be a fun trip. We're going to head down to the Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area. Turkey Bay Off-Highway Vehicle Area is my favorite off-road park. Haven't been there for a long while. I guess it's been a little over 12 months since I was there last. So go down there tomorrow, spend a few days, hit the trails, have a lot of fun. Who knows what we'll get into down there. One of the things that I try not to neglect is to check the air pressure in my tires and top off my bearings with a little fresh grease. You know, it's been a year, so I like to do that each summer, put some fresh grease in the bearings and check the tires. A lot of people neglect their trailers, but you got to think this trailer's got all of your valuables and stuff in it, so you need to take care of the trailer just like you would the truck. So don't forget to do that. Now, every once in a while, like say every 2 or 3 years, it's probably a good idea to pull these wheels off and check the brakes in there also. The trailer brakes have to be serviced every once in a while, or at least inspected. That's what I was trying to say, to make sure that they're still in spec and where they're supposed to be. But yeah, I did a little bit of trailer maintenance, so we should be good there. Tires are still new because the trailer's still new, so no problems there. And just did an oil and filter change on the EcoDiesel, so don't have to worry about that. I'm going to take a little spare oil with me just in case I burn some. Seemed like that first few thousand miles that diesel engine burned some oil off, which is a little surprising. But maybe it's just, getting the rings seated in and maybe it'll be okay. But I'm taking a little bit of spare oil with us just in case. And it has not rained here in, gosh, it's been at least a week or more since we've had any rain. This thing is filthy. So I think what I'm going to do is wash the truck. That way it'll rain tonight. Give us some beneficial water for the trees and the grass, Seems like that's how it always works out. I clean my truck and then it rains. So might do that now. You've been waiting a month to do what?
To go there.
Oh, to go four-wheeling? You got that RC truck plugged up? I don't think it won't charge unless the truck is on.
Yeah.
So if we're all packed up while we're still sitting here, we're always going to forget something anyway, so we might as well just leave. Time to hit the road. It's one of the joys of driving a diesel truck is you have to wait at the diesel pump. Sometimes you have to wait for 15 or 20 minutes. Oh man, it's just one of those things. I forgot and left my microphone back there. Are you getting sleepy? Are you sleepy, Bear? Man, this is a long, straight, boring roadway, but when we get there, it's gonna be fun. Time for a pit stop. We've been on the road for a couple of hours and we've actually burned up quite a bit of diesel fuel already. Dash is showing 12.2, but hand calculated that would probably actually be about 11.2 to 11.5, because like I've been saying, the dash is really optimistic on this EcoDiesel for some reason. So 11.5 miles per gallon, that's what I've been saying. These diesel engines are really efficient when they're not working. When you're running unloaded, just cruising around, they're very efficient. But as soon as you load them down and start working them, they go down to the exact same place a gas engine would be. So you're getting the exact same fuel economy a gas truck would get, but you're paying more for the fuel. So, you know, no savings there, obviously. But also, there's another side of it as far as drivability goes, and that's why you go diesel. It's just been hanging out in the 6th, 7th, and 8th gear the whole trip. Running nice and quiet and smooth, very unfatiguing experience. So that's the awesome thing about the diesel. Anyhow, it's time to go in here and take a little pit stop, maybe get a little food. What do you think? And then we'll head on down the road.
There it is. There it is right there.
Pretty awesome. So they made this into a 4-lane. It used to be 2-lane, and you could barely pass a vehicle on this bridge. But now it's a 4-lane superhighway. Plenty of space. Look at the water out there. Wow. It's a huge lake. Land between the lakes. Check out this bear. That's the fire danger. Yeah, it was Smokey Bear. Did you see it? That was Smokey the bear. Because see this fire tower right here? Well, I mean, in the old days there was a lot of those fire towers. But there's not very many of them left anymore. Now it looks like they're using it more for antennas than anything else. It's pretty cool.
When do I stop?
The Woodlands Trace. So this is the road that cuts right through the middle of Land Between the Lakes. I don't think there's any way around.
Pretty sure there's a sign right there or something, yeah.
Yeah, get this sign. Turkey Bay, 2 miles. So he decided he needed to stop at the bathhouse. But you know, it's kind of cool because they used to just have porta potties all over the place. And now they took them out and built these actual restrooms. So that's nice. But you know, the thing about Turkey Bay that's different from all the other off-road parks in this region is that it's federal land. So the U.S. Forest Service runs it. And the good thing about that is you have really nice resources. I mean, they've got picnic tables and, you know, permanent bathhouses and really great camping areas that are well maintained. I mean, it's just really well taken care of because it's got the backing of the Forest Service. So that's the really great thing about it. If there's one drawback, I would say that it's, you know, the forest rangers, the park rangers come around and enforce some pretty crazy rules sometimes. And, you know, they've gotten on us before for not doing anything unusual or wrong. But, you know, I guess that's part of it. You know, they're trying to maintain a place down here that they can, you know, have for years and years to come. So they're charged with making sure that people don't tear the place up and all that. So anyhow, all we got to do now is go down here and find a good spot to set up our camp. And then maybe we'll go out on some trails tonight. It's 91 degrees right now. And the heat index, I'm sure, is way above that. So a little bit too hot to be out there riding at the moment, but later this evening we'll hit it. They have a kids track called Turkey Trot down here. It's pretty nice. ATVs and dirt bikes 90 cc or less. But I don't think they'd fuss at any kid who was out there on the trail, as long as they're not on like a 450R or something. He's out there swimming now. This water is so warm. I bet the water's 85 degrees. It feels like bath water. And that's another awesome thing about LBL, four-wheeling down here. At the end of a hot, long day, you can come down to the lake and wash off, cool off. It's beautiful too. Look how beautiful it is. And if you come down in the fall, they actually take the water level down a couple more feet. And there's a trail that goes around the lake. You can go like a mile or two on the lake shore, all the way around there. It's really, really awesome. Having fun? So yeah, I mean, between, you know, the lake, you can fish and swim. Obviously they have off-road trails. You've got a bison range right up the road here for the kids to see bison if they've never seen them before. There's a planetarium up the road. There's like a million things to do down here at LBL. And that's why it's kind of different down here. This is the thing that's different about it than the other, you know, off-road parks, privately owned parks. You know, they both have their pros and cons. We just love coming down here because there's something for everybody and we can kind of do some different things and have a great time. I guess he's out there looking for fish. I don't know, but we're gonna enjoy a beautiful sunset here in just a little while. There's some trails that go kind of like up in the woods here from the lake. And the thing about it is you've got all this rock down here and it's really loose, and so it's hard to get traction going up those trails, going up the bank there. I mean, you have to pretty much put it in four-wheel and lock it so that you don't spin so much that you tear your tires up. A lot of sharp rock, but once you get up the hill, if you can make it up there, it's pretty awesome up there. Say what? Minnows? Yeah, they'll start nibbling on you. We're up here on top of a mountain now. Really nice view. Yeah, so that's the thing about these trails. Some of these trails have just gotten to the point where there's just so much rock and they're really sharp too. So if you're making a long trip to get here, it probably would be a good idea to bring a spare tire just in case. I mean, these things are really jagged. Look how sharp some of these are. And they're just all over the trail, sticking out. So, but it's beautiful. I mean, you can see the lake water down there. Just a really pretty area though. There's a mud hole right back there that's a lot deeper than it looks. I just about sunk this Wildcat. I had to put it in four-wheel drive and still didn't know if I was going to get out or not. But I guess that's why they put the drain holes in the floorboard, right? It came up on my shoes and everything. I was like, oh no, here we go. Say what?
What?
You had it pinned?
A little bit.
Will it go pretty fast? A little 250 will run pretty good for what it is, you know. I like this area right here. There's some fun little obstacles to play on, a few rocks, and so you want to go take a rip around here? I'll record you. Got to get some footage of the little Honda. One thing you definitely want to do if you come down here is bring bug spray, because the mosquitoes down here are the size of birds and they will like pick you up and haul you away. It's terrible, aren't they? The bugs are awful down here. Woo! That wasn't as bad as we thought. Some of these are, though. I guarantee you that one is. Because I got sunk in one of those a little while ago. They're deceptive. Good job. I'm proud of you. I think it really is stuck. I think it might honestly be stuck this time. It's not bending your little bumper bar, is it? Not gonna do it.